My girlfriend brought her ex to my birthday dinner. What happened next changed everything. She called it just as a friend. When he walked in late, holding flowers, not for me, the birthday boy, but for her, she smiled and said, "Oh, it's sweet that you still remember what I like." And in that moment, everything inside me sank. I smiled. I blew out the candles, made a wish. Then I stood up and left. 3 days later, she was begging me to come back, but the damage was done. Let me take you back to the beginning. I'm 29. I run a physical security company. Smart locks, surveillance systems, high-end stuff. Eliza, my girlfriend, is 27. Bright, ambitious, working in tech marketing. We'd been dating almost 2 years. Didn't live together, but we were basically inseparable. I had my own house on the outskirts of the city. She had a downtown apartment. It worked for us. Now, Kyle, her ex. From the start, I knew his name. He was like a ghost that never left. Kyle got a new job. Kyle's in Italy right now. Kyle's family is a mess. She always made it sound casual, but you know when someone's still in the picture, even when they say they're not. I tried not to overthink it. I'm not the jealous type. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Fast forward, 6 months in, her company needed a new security setup. That's my field. I installed their system as a favor. In return, Eliza offered some feedback on our marketing. Nothing official, just her helping out. So when she offered to plan my birthday dinner months later, I didn't question a thing. She picked this fancy restaurant I had once mentioned in passing, made reservations, invited our closest friends. It actually meant a lot to me. Then, the day before, she drops it. "Oh, by the way, I invited Kyle." I remember looking up slowly from my laptop. "Kyle, your ex?" "Yeah, is that okay? He's just a friend." I should have said no. I should have asked why him, but I didn't want to seem insecure. I swallowed it. "Sure," I said. "It's just dinner." Dinner night comes. We're seated. Me, Eliza, my best friend Tom and his wife, my business partner Jared, and a few other couples we both knew. Everyone's sipping drinks, talking, laughing, and then Kyle walks in, late, loud, holding a bouquet of purple dahlias. I didn't even have to look at Eliza. I felt her smile. He hands her the flowers and says, "Happy spring." It's October. She lights up. "Purple dahlias. It's sweet that you still remember what I like." The whole table froze. Even the clinking of glasses stopped. "Kyle?" He didn't even look at me, just nodded casually. "Happy birthday, man." No flowers for me, no handshake. He sat right across from Eliza and dominated every conversation after that. Inside jokes, deep eye contact, laughter only they seemed to understand. I sat there, at the head of the table. The supposed guest of honor felt more like a forgotten name on a dinner reservation. Then came the cake. They lit the candles. Everyone started singing. When Eliza finally put her arm around me for the first time that entire night, I didn't even feel it. I stared at those flames and made a wish. Clarity, self-respect, to finally do what needed to be done. I blew out the candles, stood up, tossed my napkin on the table and said calmly, "Thanks for coming, everyone. I need some air." Eliza blinked. "You're leaving? We haven't even cut the cake." "I lost my appetite," I said. "Kyle can have my slice. Seems like he's taking everything else of mine tonight." And I walked out. No yelling, no scene, just quiet. Heartbreaking resolve. Outside I breathed. No rage, no tears, just a strange stillness. Like I'd been holding my breath for a year and finally let it go. My phone buzzed nonstop on the ride home. Texts, calls, voicemails. I responded with a single message. "I'm not coming back. Not tonight. Not ever. We're done." When I got home, I did what I should have done months ago. I logged into my security system. I'd installed our best setup in my house. Top-tier cameras, smart locks, motion detection. Everything was accessible from my phone. I reviewed the footage. Days I had been out of town for client work. And there it was, Kyle's car. In my driveway, Kyle using the code to enter my house. Eliza greeting him at the door. Not like a friend. I checked the smart lock logs. There was my code. And another 5953. It hit me like a truck. 5953 spells KYLE on a phone keypad. She made him a code. Let him into my house, behind my back. I revoked every access code, changed every password, then sent Eliza a screenshot from the security cam. Kyle entering my house. Time-stamped, clear as day. Her reply came in seconds. I can explain. I didn't care. I didn't reply. Instead, I emailed her boss. Let him know professionally that a different rep from my company would now handle their account. Cited a personal conflict of interest. No service interruption. Just clean. Business-like. Cold. Then I contacted Mark, my friend and property manager. See, 3 months ago, I bought a rental unit in a downtown building. Coincidentally, the same building where Eliza lived. Her unit was 3B, mine was 3F. She never asked where, never cared. I messaged Mark. Tenant in 3F mentioned water damage. Could be affecting the next unit. Can you take a look? He scheduled a plumber. Let the building know. The next morning, 27 texts, 13 voicemails from Eliza. I ignored everyone. Called Tom instead. He said after I left, things went painfully awkward. Kyle tried to play it cool, but the mood had soured. Eliza looked like she'd seen a ghost. They left together 20 minutes later. They went to her place, I said, not a question. Probably, Tom replied. What are you going to do? Already doing it. 3 days after the dinner, I got another text from her. What did you do? There's water everywhere. The plumber says it's coming from the unit down the hall. The whole ceiling collapsed. Turns out, that leak was real. The shared pipe between 3F and 3B had been leaking for months. When they opened the wall, it gave out, flooded both units. Building maintenance declared both apartments uninhabitable for 3-4 weeks. Poetic. That night, she called again. I finally picked up. Where am I supposed to go? She snapped. I hear Kyle has a nice place, I said calmly. You know about everything? Yeah, security cameras, access logs, 5953. Did you really think I wouldn't notice? Silence. I was going to tell you. When? After the flowers? The dinner? The lies? More silence. We're done, I said. Your things are packed. They're in a box in my garage. Pick them up whenever. You can't just... I already did. And by the way, you no longer have access to our company accounts. Your boss knows. You're ruining my life over one mistake, she cried. One mistake? You invited him into my house. You slept with him. You gave him a coat. That's not a mistake. That's a plan. Fine, she hissed. Kyle and I belong together anyway. He never stopped loving me. I smiled. Great, congrats. I hope it works out. I hung up, blocked her number, poured myself a drink. Happy birthday to me. 2 weeks later, I got a message from Tom. Seen Kyle's Instagram lately? I hadn't. Turns out Kyle was off on a weekend trip with someone new, not Eliza. Caption, weekend escape with my favorite person. She moved in with him after the flood. 3 days later, his ex showed up. He kicked Eliza out. Now she's living in a hotel, burning through her paycheck, trying to figure out what the hell happened. I ran into a mutual friend a week later. She told me Eliza had broken down, said she lost the best thing she ever had. I just smiled. Water under the bridge. No pun intended. 6 months later, my company's doing better than ever. The house is quiet. I'm healing. Last I heard from Eliza was an email about a sweatshirt she found. Asked if I wanted it back. I sent her the address of a donation center. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud. It's walking away, calm, clear, and whole, and letting life do what it does best. Give people exactly what they deserve. And sometimes birthday wishes do come true. You know, it's stories like these that remind us just how powerful silence can be. He just observed, made his move, and walked away with dignity intact. Trust isn't something you gamble with, especially when it's your birthday and your partner brings a piece of their past right into your present. She lost a man who protected her, supported her, and trusted her, all for a guy who couldn't even stick around a week. Poetic justice? Maybe. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more real stories that don't hold back. And most importantly, share your thoughts in the comments.